Net zero and climate change. One of the things that Ruth asked me to talk about. And what I've tried to show here is, what is it that's happening all around at the moment as far as getting to net zero that you hear so much about. It's also about getting to what we call, wait for it, a bit of jargon coming out now, the low marginal cost of energy. You hear a lot of people say, all we've got to do is build more wind turbines. All we've got to do is put in more solar panels, and we'll be there. Well, that's part of the journey. But there's no doubt that we can get to this future. And it will be beneficial. I'm absolutely convinced that we can get there. But it's the time scale of getting there. So if you imagine how the energy system will be, more and more homes will be producing their own energy from their solar panels on their roofs. More and more people will have electric vehicles, and that electric vehicle has a huge battery in it. And those people, not yet, but they will get to a space where they are able to sell their energy back into the market at times of peak demand, be paid for it, and then recharge their vehicle at other times. All of that will all be automated. Going back to the smart meter, the smart meters will have tariffs that facilitate attractive rates to charge your vehicle. Hang on, I'm going to move that before I break it. And then I shall sweat, which it won't be very clever of me. But to make all this system work in the way that people imagine, so we get to a state whereby we're not burning any fossil fuel. At the moment, it's the fossil fuel that costs the money, isn't it? We've been caught out with the gas issue right now. When I left home to come here this evening, I just had a look to see how much gas was being burnt. I'm a sad person, but if anyone wants the link, it will tell you every minute of every day how much nuclear, how much gas, how much from under the sea cables. It tells you everything. It was 32% electricity was coming from gas. But fortunately, because the wind is back with us, there was another 28% coming from wind. But we've been through a very long spell where wind contributed hardly anything because of high pressure. And the problem we're suffering from without the sufficient level of energy storage is that we suffer on both hot and cold, high pressure weather events. And that means wind is not sufficient. Similarly, of course, when we get to the evening, solar no longer provides us with that energy. But it doesn't mean to say that we cannot build enough of the wind energy and more solar and other renewable forms, but we also need massive energy storage. And that, for me, is the bit that's missing. Some of you will remember a place called Dinoric, a mountain in Wales called Electric Mountain. Yes, I see lots of nodding. It's the only one. And it's still working. Peter Bates, when was Dinoric opened? 70?
It's way back, yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember when. I used to talk about it a lot. About 76, 77, I think.
Yes, 76, 77. That was a mountain that was hollowed out. The water gets pumped to the top of the mountain when energy is cheap, and then released back through the mountain, and it goes from 0 to full capacity in 6 seconds. That's the kind of energy storage we need on a grand scale, an alpine scale. to enable all of this to work in the way that we all want to see it. We will need more wind. We will need other things too. We will all need to see what we can turn off at times of peak demand. Not as an action we have to go and do, it will have to be automatic. So that's where data, systems, smart tech come into the whole of the energy space for the future.